Hey, do you feel like you're too far gone for God to love you? You've gone too far. Maybe you think it's too late. Day 15, serving challenge coming your way. Let's go. Hey, I'm so glad you're here. I'm Pastor Fred. This is the follow through. We are doing the serving challenge. And this is just a challenge for us to serve like Jesus in a world where we're almost bombarded and begged to, buy that product, do the thing. But also it's all for us, that we would worship ourselves, that we would not worship God, but that we would, make ourselves God. And that sort of has become really the goal of much that we hear about and see in our world today. And it's kind of sad. And this is a way to kind of go against the flow and do things God's way and live His way. And so all this week, we're on our second aspect as far as what it means to serve. We went from attitude. Today, all week, we're talking about availability. And we're looking at just all these times where Jesus, he was busy. He had a busy schedule. And busy is probably a bad word. We've kind of gotten into that. We use that word we kind of wear it as a badge, and it's a way to show our superiority. Well, you're busy, but man, look at my schedule. And the more insane your schedule, the more you're successful maybe, or maybe you're seen as a real go-getter or whatever, but you might just, I don't know, you might just be exhausted. You might just be like totally at the end of your rope, but you know what? But you look good for others. But that's not the point, is it? So Jesus was engaged with what He came to do. Let's use that word. I think it's a better word than busy. He had a lot needs of people crowding in around Him. And today we're going to go really all the way to the cross. And even then, as He's dying for us, the agony and all of that, not a single person would say that it would selfish, that it would be, he would totally be within his rights to not address the two guys on his right and his left. The other two, the criminals, right? Convicted criminals, they were guilty, he wasn't. He was totally innocent. He's got the weight of the world's sins on him. He's paying the price of that. He's dealing with, being abandoned by his Father in that moment, which is important, right? So that we never feel abandoned. So all of that is happening, man. And no one would blame him if he was just like, guys, I got no time for questions. And for him to just, sort of be absorbed by all of that, but he doesn't. And one of the men asks him, he says, Lord, remember me in your kingdom. And Jesus says to him in Luke 23:43, here's his response. In the middle of all of that, he says, truly I say to you, today you will be with me in paradise. Today you'll be with me in paradise. That's incredible. In the middle of all of that Jesus would forgive this man. And in the book, Zach Zehnder reminds us that in some of the gospel readings, both criminals are mocking Jesus. But in this last moment, maybe his last breaths, he's like, just, Lord, it's very short. And again, I wouldn't say wait until it's at the very end, because I think what happens is you miss out on an entire life. But it's so astounding that God's love is so powerful, His forgiveness so real, that He would do that. That He would say, yes, you will be with me in paradise in this moment, today. Today. We want to talk about availability, right? Because what he's not busy doing, but what he is doing that moment would overwhelm any of us quite easily. And in fact, we would not be able to withstand any of it. But Jesus, the power He has, He's able to really remember why He's there. Like He doesn't ever lose sight of it. He's there for those moments. to welcome someone into the kingdom. I mean, that's why he's doing that. We got to remember that. That's why he does it. That's his motivation. That's his very reason for all of it. For us. And that we would remember that's our reason for everything too. That they would have that moment, welcomed into the kingdom by Jesus. I want you to compare everything up against that. Everything you got to do, everything you're so busy doing. And say, is that about welcoming someone into the kingdom? Is that about reaching out and bringing that kingdom of Jesus, his forgiveness, his love that he won on the cross? Is it about bringing that to that person, to those people, to that moment, to that community? Or am I just busy? Okay, so let's be praying about that. That's a great question to ask God today. Lord, what does my schedule really say to me? What is it really about? Is it my schedule or is it his schedule? So let's be praying that today. Again, make some time, be available. I think it starts with us being available to God for prayer and scripture and his word to fill us. All right, so let's get after that. Let's get after our challenge today on page 99, and we'll be back tomorrow with day 16. Keep on reading, keep on reading. Hit that subscribe button, share us with somebody, and we'll talk to you next time.